Remember this date because last night, the president of the United States didn't just make an announcement, he reshaped the entire future of the American immigration in a single stroke of executive power. Folks, Donald J. Trump, he just took full control of the entire system in one of the most sweeping overnight crackdowns this country have ever seen. 19 nations were instantly frozen. Migration pipelines were shut off, asylum adjudications paused, visas revoked, and the entire humanitarian entry system was brought to a screeching halt. There was no leaks, there was no warning of this, there was no slow rollout, just bang. And this is the kind of move that only a president with nothing to lose and everything to protect would make. And make no mistake, this wasn't random, this wasn't symbolic, this was a direct response to the brutal attack on 2 National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C. This was an attack that authorities are saying was carried out by a migrant who never even should have been allowed inside the country in the first place. And so when Americans saw those headlines, something snapped. The patience ran out, the excuses ran out, and the era of America owes the world everything, that ran out right along with it. Well, tonight, we're breaking down exactly how Trump shut it all down, why the asylum freeze, the 19-nation halt, and the immigration lockdown are just the beginning, and why this moment will be remembered as the night that the pendulum finally swung right on back. Now, buckle up, folks. We have a lot to talk about because this is bigger than policy. This is the turning point. Hit the like button and subscribe, folks. When the sun came up this morning, the United States of America was a different country than the one that you went to bed in, because President Donald J. Trump, he didn't just tweak the immigration policy. He took full, undisputed control of it. Overnight, with a single presidential order, he initiated the largest immigration freeze in modern American history, instantly dominating every news cycle from Washington to Brussels to Beijing. This wasn't Congress. This wasn't a campaign event. This wasn't a debate stage promise. This was the president of the United States exercising raw executive authority in real time. 19 nations halted, asylum paused, visa systems frozen, agencies scrambled into emergency mode. This was the kind of move that sends world leaders grabbing their phones in the middle of the night. And for millions of Americans that were watching this unfold, it wasn't chaos. It was actually a sign of relief. And there's something deeply American about taking responsibility for your own future, not waiting for the government to save you, not trusting Wall Street to magically fix everything, but standing up and protecting what you've earned. This is exactly why I partner with Noble Gold Investments. They help Americans strengthen their retirement with physical gold and silver, the same real assets that our grandparents trusted long before the modern financial system even existed. No pressure, no gimmicks, no hidden agendas, just honest questions that no one else asks. If everything failed tomorrow, what would you still own? Now, most people who hear that realize instantly that just makes sense. And this is why more Americans every day are calling 877-646-5347 at the bottom of your screen, or they're visiting RonYatesGold.com to download their free wealth protection kit. Because protecting your family isn't fear. It's freedom, it's responsibility, and it's 100% American. And the entire shockwave traces all the way back to one chilling moment: the attack on 2 National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C. This was a horrifying scene. Broad daylight, downtown, right under the nose of the federal government. And when details emerged that the suspect had entered the country through loopholes created under earlier administrations, everything changed at that point. The patience evaporated, the excuses collapsed, the idea that America could continue absorbing endless waves of poorly vetted migrants shattered in seconds. President Trump was briefed immediately, and according to sources, his message was blunt and it was direct: shut it down. The intelligence community raised red flags about similar vulnerabilities. DHS warned of overstretched systems. The American public demanded consequences, demanded protection, demanded a leader who wouldn't wait for another tragedy. So Trump acted swiftly, decisively, unapologetically. The era of hesitation ended right there on that DC sidewalk. Drop a 47 in the comments down below if you support Trump's decision to shut it all down. And your family might not say it, but they do worry about your Medicare plan too. Chapter gives your family peace by securing your Medicare coverage the right way. One viewer said, "My kids told me, thank you for calling Chapter." Now, most people are choosing peace of mind, and their families are feeling it too. And that's why most people are picking up the phone and dialing the phone number at the bottom of your screen. And that phone number again is 909-563-8276, or they're visiting askchapter.org/Ron. And check out this comment from a viewer. So Nancy shared something very powerful recently. She wrote, Chapter just saved me $600 a year. I'm 78 years old and now paying $1,510 a month for rent. This savings may allow me to stay in my home. Nancy, that is absolutely incredible. When people share stories like that, it just kind of reminds everyone that's watching that these decisions aren't just numbers. They're stability, their dignity, and in Nancy's case, they're the ability to stay in the home that she loves. This is truly amazing to see viewers finding real relief through Chapter. So when the order went out, it wasn't a partial pause. This was a full-scale freeze on immigration from 19 nations flagged as high risk, unstable, or incapable of providing reliable identity verification. Now, here's what made this different from anything that we've seen in the past. Because President Trump didn't just restrict travel, he froze every pipeline that's associated and attached to these nations. Visas stopped, green card processing halted, family-based petitions suspended, special immigrant visas paused indefinitely. This was not symbolic. This was operational. Federal servers processing visa applications, they went dark. Consulates abroad locked their doors. Airlines began receiving automatic denial codes mid-flight. Even long-approved cases were pushed back into review as new vetting standards took effect. In one night, millions learned that the old system was gone, that this wasn't a message. This was a reset button, and the world felt it instantly. Now, if you think that this is just a rerun of 2017, think again. The 2025 migration pause, it goes so much further, so much deeper and wider than any other previous travel ban ever issued. Now, this isn't about blocking entry from a few unstable regions. This is about pausing entire migration categories: legal, illegal, humanitarian, and discretionary. Family reunification paused, humanitarian parole paused, low-skill work visas paused, student visas from flagged nations under review, asylum intake frozen solid. Folks, the administration called it a structural reset, meaning that the U.S. immigration system is being rebuilt from the foundation up before more people enter under outdated rules. So President Trump's message to the world was unmistakable. The United States will decide who comes in, not global NGOs, not foreign governments, and not loopholes. So for the first time in decades, America is setting the terms. So now let's talk about the move that shook every activist organization from New York to Geneva, the asylum shutdown. Not a slowdown, not a backlog adjustment. This is a full pause on adjudications nationwide. Court dates frozen, new applications shelved, work permit requests halted, every pending case pushed back for revetting under the new national security standard. So the administration said exactly why. The system had been abused beyond recognition. Biden-era loopholes allowed millions to claim asylum, secure years of work authorization, and then disappear before ever stepping foot into a courtroom. Trump's team called it the largest exploitation of humanitarian policy in U.S. history. So now everything stops, everything resets, and until the new rules are written, asylum isn't a revolving door, it's a locked vault. This wasn't aimed at compassion, it was aimed at restoring order. And so with public pressure mounting and intelligence warnings piling up, the Trump administration launched a sweeping national security review across all immigration categories. And so that meant one thing and one thing only: immediate action. Visas were revoked for individuals that were deemed security risks. Special immigrant visas, especially from Afghanistan, they were paused as vetting procedures were overhauled. Even long-standing humanitarian entry programs, they were placed under direct presidential scrutiny. For years, these pipelines functioned on autopilot. Approvals granted without the level of identity verification national experts demanded, and so that era ended this week. Now, every applicant must pass a security-first review. No exceptions, no automatic approvals. Trump's message was crystal clear. America's safety will no longer be compromised by broken systems and blind trust. And for the first time in decades, immigration policy is being shaped by threats, not by guilt. So here's the part that the media absolutely did not expect. While pundits screamed, activist protests, and social media melted down, the American people quietly sent a message louder than any headline. New national polling shows 57% of likely voters support Trump's temporary immigration freeze. Drop a support down below if you also support Trump's temporary immigration freeze. And so this isn't just Republicans. This is a significant chunk of Democrats, and the overwhelming majority of independents are also back in this move. People are tired of crime stories, tired of overloaded cities, tired of being told compassion means sacrificing their own safety and stability. So when Rich Barris from People's Pundit revealed the numbers, including an 8-point spike in GOP enthusiasm overnight, it stunned even seasoned analysts. This is a political earthquake. Americans aren't being guilt-tripped anymore. They want order, they want control, and a president willing to take bold action. And Trump, he just proved that he's that president. Here's a twist nobody predicted a year ago. Young Americans, Gen Z, and younger millennials are becoming some of the strongest voices against mass migration. And the reason is brutally simple. They're the ones that are paying the price. They're the ones locked out of the housing market, drowning in rent spikes, watching starter homes leaped out of reach while wages stagnate. They're also the same ones that are competing with massive inflows of low-skilled labor for entry-level jobs, contractor gigs, and service positions that used to be stepping stones into adulthood. Well, for years, the left counted on young voters to support open borders, but reality hit harder than ideology ever could. Young Americans are now feeling squeezed, ignored, and priced out of the market. And when President Trump froze migration pipelines, many of them didn't protest. They nodded in agreement. This is a generational alignment that nobody saw coming except for Trump. One of the biggest underreported angles in the entire immigration crackdown is this economic shift that's happening right now under America's nose. Now, for decades, massive corporations benefited from this endless supply of cheap, low-skilled labor, all wrapped in this humanitarian language, all protected by political elites who never had to live with the consequences. But now President Trump's freeze slams that door shut. So by pausing this inflow of millions of low-wage workers, the administration is forcing American companies to confront something that they've avoided for years: rising wages, investing in American workers, and rebuilding a middle class they helped destroy. And so this isn't just immigration reform. This is an economic rebellion, a correction to the system that used immigration as a pressure valve to suppress wages and inflate corporate profits. Trump is signaling a new era. Workers first, corporate interests second, America always. This is the realignment the establishment feared. And so beyond security and economics, there's this cultural earthquake that's unfolding. Trump's actions are built on a belief millions now share openly. America does not owe the world unlimited entry. We don't. The old narrative that the United States must absorb anyone from anywhere at any scale is collapsing. Americans have watched their neighborhoods changed overnight, schools overcrowd, cities strain, and cohesion weaken. The administration is calling for something radical in 2025. Immigration based on compatibility, assimilation, and contribution, not guilt or global expectation. For decades, critics labeled this racist, but the word has lost its power. People, they actually know the difference between hatred and self-preservation. Trump's freeze is a cultural line in the sand. America protects its values, America protects its citizens, and America decides who joins the American family, not the world. This is a cultural reset 50 years in the making. And so what many people still don't quite realize is that none of this is random. Trump isn't improvising. He's executing a layered, methodical strategy that was crafted to take the entire immigration system offline, rewire it, and then rebuild it with national interest at the foundation. So the plan is simple but very powerful. Freeze, review, revet, rebuild, replace. So step 1, freeze everything so that no new vulnerabilities enter the system. Step 2, review all existing pathways and expose the loopholes. Step 3, revet every category using security first criteria. Step 4, rebuild the legal framework so that it serves American citizens, not foreign expectations. Step 5, replace failed policies with targeted, high-skill, assimilation-focused pathways. So this isn't chaos, it's choreography. This is the restoration of order after decades of open border drift. And every step brings America closer to a system built intentionally, not politically. And so what we're witnessing here isn't just a policy change. This is a historical realignment, a pendulum swing that's so massive that future historians will trace its beginning to this particular week here. Now, for nearly 30 years, America drifted deeper into globalist ideology, open borders, corporate labor pipelines, cultural fragmentation, and a belief that the United States must sacrifice itself for the world. That era is collapsing. Trump's immigration freeze is the first unmistakable sign that America is entering a new political epoch, one defined by national interest, cultural protection, economic sovereignty, and unapologetic borders. This shift won't last 4 years. It won't even last 8. It will reshape an entire generation. Americans have decided to reclaim their home, and whether the elites like it or not, the movement is already in motion. This is not a headline. This is the rebirth of American priority, and it starts now.